So yes, guys, welcome to another Trashman vid. This time I'm trying to conquer the Great White North, doing battle with a man perhaps you're familiar with in the YouTube tennis verse, Komen Tennis, Mike Komen, the man behind the channel. Hopefully you are familiar with a couple of videos. Nice enough to meet me up in GTA, not Grand Theft Auto, the Greater Toronto area. Buddies and I headed up there for the Masters 1000, and while we were at it, made a pit stop and duked it out again with this fellow YouTuber. He opted to serve first, if I recall, and jumped to a 30-love lead, and pretty comfortable spot for him. But I started to settle in, just seemingly answering with the play that he's dictating, but kind of hanging in there. Good serve at 40-15, and again, he's in a great spot here to hold, but kind of just throwing balls back at it. I'm hoping for the best. And look at that. Coach is slightly impressed. He was gassing me up. He was telling me what a quality player I was. Commenting, anyways. I tried to let it roll off my back like water off a duck's. But if I'm being honest, it did it did inflate my head a little bit. Perhaps it was for the best, because suddenly he's in a little bit of a predicament. It's deuce. He's not out of the woods quite yet. And again, I'm just playing balls, not trying anything particularly crazy. Favoring the forehand per usual. Make my way in, and this is la de freaking da. I'll have what I'm having, baby. That is a nice touch. Deft hands of the highest order from the kid. Beautiful to see. A couple points later, he would avert the break. So we find ourselves at deuce once more. And this time he pulls it wide. So once again, a second opportunity in the opening game to jump up a game and a break at that. So this is a golden opportunity. I got to take it while it's there. And a killer slice, wicked deep, draws the error. And listen, perhaps you heard it, but again, get the coach remarking how filthy that slice is. Absolutely scandalous. But it's a long way to go. We're playing one set here. Longshanks has done battle with him already. I'm going to try to loop that set in the upper right-hand corner. So I'm in a good spot, but the break is only as good as the hold. It follows. I refuse to be a boomerang, and that is frustrating because it was a nice point construction, and I did everything right except for the overhead. You build the point to get an overhead. That is like the ultimate goal. How do you fluff that? Unbelievable. But the show must go on. That one's just smidge wide, so 40-15. He was in the same spot a game ago, so I got to make sure I slam the door on him. And I do just that. So I'm up 2-love. Trashman Tennis. Flexing the muscle. The American muscle. On foreign soil. This is sick. But again, I've been here before. Jumped to an early lead, and I've had comments in the past on videos. That's a nice touch, by the way. Say that I have a propensity to lose focus as the set wears on. The challenge here is I have a certain level. I know it's pretty satisfactory at times, but can I maintain that level? That's the huge question mark. And look at that. The side switch. I'm making him out to be a hoser here, to use some Canadian slang. Loser's walk, baby, on the changeover. I'm up 3 zilch. And that's not just one break. That's actually a double break. So here we go. Rocking and rolling, dude. This is good to see. Good defense on that one. A lot of forehands. In the end, it misfires. A couple points later, redirecting that on the backhand, the one-hander, and whoop! Little bit of a banana buggy whip, quasi-zegsy. Getting it down the line and putting myself in an ad-in position, and that one skids off the back of the line. Whatever way to get it done, I will take it. I'm up 4-zip. I've doused him in maple syrup. He is in a sticky situation, but he toys with me a little bit on that point. I'll remember it. I put that one in the memory bank. A little bit of foreshadowing for you. And 30-love, hustling and bustling. Oof, had it. Just had the continental grip, and it didn't work for me. So he does, at long last, get on the board and avoid slight embarrassment, I guess. I can't speak for the guy, but he's making it slightly more competitive than the scoreline was certainly suggesting it was. Heavy-handed dropper. He's there with time, but in the end, I give him a dose of his own medicine, if you recall, from a game ago. So that's pretty sick. 2 can tango, 2 can play at the game. Good to see. So 30 love. I'm in a great position here. Could I continue this double break advantage? All I got to do is, you know, stay the course, manage the game. No clock. I got to do it. That's the tough thing about tennis. I can't just milk it and run out of time and win it. I got to get over the line with my own valiant efforts. Great long point that ends on an error, and 30-15. You just know that, again, will my level be maintained? That is the test here. He's gonna rear, you know, he's gonna rear his head. He's gonna throw things at me. That's a nice forehand hitting from high to low. He's friggin' clobbering the ball at his height, and it's just a great point. Are you not entertained, baby? 2 gladiators in the ring. That was one of the highlights of the point. This is 30 all. This is absolutely magnanimous point. 30 all. We know it's the most important point of the game. The 5th one, that is. This will either, again, slam the door in his face or allow him back into the set with a momentum swing. And it's 30 frames per second. That's as close as I could get it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did he get that one right? It's really too close to call. In real time, I thought he got that one wrong. As I watch it back, extremely difficult. It's a coin toss, so I'm gonna let the Trashman faithful decide in the comments. What do you think of that call? But anyways, the show goes on. As I mentioned before, I got caught in no man's land. What was I thinking? And it cost me ultimately the game. 2-4. So I'm still, again, leading, but you can just tell that he's got his feet underneath him. He's steadied himself. He's starting to play a lot of balls, and this long rally is a crazy testament to it. I believe this is the rally of the day. A 26-shot tussle. Who will take it, the Yank or the Canuck? Pretty good depth here, too. That's a floaty slice that I pounce on it, get him off screen, and I took it. To my chagrin, it does not go over. It kisses the net cord and it says 9. Goodness, I had no regrets of taking that drop. By the way, I think he was way out of position. I was inside the baseline. You know, good idea, but it just didn't go for me. So he ends up holding, and I uttered to the camera. I had to cut it for sake of time, but I was just well aware of how critical this game was. Again, I'll either reestablish myself and get within a game of the set and pretty much, you know, a high 85% chance of winning at that point, or I'm going to let this thing get back to level terms. And look at the scoreline, 15-40. How does he do it? He finds the extreme baseline, and I go for the risky bisky overhead shot, and it cost me. What the heck? I spoke too soon. I was celebrating. I was pumping the American Eagle on my chest, dude. Celebrating for the US of A over Canada way too soon because we're back at level terms. Ridiculous. And not only that, he's actually up 30-11 in the game. Now it's 30-15. If you notice, I'm chipping a lot of returns back. I just felt more comfortable doing that. He had a saucy first serve, and his second serve really wasn't much different. He wouldn't take much off of it. So chipping a lot back. Yeah, I mean, at this point in the set, he just course corrected his mistakes. He was the one playing a lot of balls, finding the tennis court much more than I was, and just way too many errors off the head boom that I wheeled. And that one just a smidge long. So in the blink of a bee's eye, up 4-love. Now all the pressure is on me. I got my back against that chain link fence, literally and figuratively. I gotta hold the stand there. That is a nice forehand, clobbering it again at such a high point from high to low. Really nice to see. And 40-15, good spot here. Let me know, by the way, in this next game. He reminds me of Marin Cilic, at least in the service motion. Hopefully we have one more good look at his serve. But, yeah. Draws me out wide. One-hander goes begging on that one. Still, though, 40-30. Excellent serve and volley. Absolutely beautiful execution. But he's there again, this guy. Getting everything back. What in the world? And he, yeah, easy put away on the overhead smash. So he's refusing to let me go. It's a serious tug of war here. Back to deuce. Serve out wide. Again, off screen. Nice placement. But the return is absolutely phenomenal. And... yep, easy put away on the overhead this time. Did not botch it. So once more, we go to deuce. Couldn't get over the line again. This was a drawn-out game. That was... I thought it was out. Way too lackadaisical about it, but I get away with it. Whew. I played my get-out-of-jail-free card on that one because I was slow to react. He who hesitates is lost, but in this case, it didn't cost me the point. Nice little hands at the net, and then, yeah, slide it by him to ultimately get over the line and level this once more. Here we are, out of time. Look at the Marin Cilic serve. Let me know what you think. Is it reminiscent? Kind of just the initial motion. But yeah, they had clinics. They had youngsters, the juniors, ready to take the court, and these tubers are on it. So they forced us to play. Yeah, notice the score. It's not 5-love. It's 1-0. We are playing a 7-point tiebreak. Winner take all at 5-all. So, you know, we had to make do with what we had as far as the time constraints, but a little bit of a shame that this epic set didn't get the proper finish it may have warranted. But anyways, we go on. I pull the trig down the line, and it goes for me up to love, and I'm starting to see, whoo, right at my toes. Way to deflect it back. Lovely to see, and he just loops that wrong off the Yonex V-Core 95 2018 version. Gem of a racket, by the way, for all you racket heads. That's what he's using. I have that one in a former tennis life. Sold it on eBay, much to my regret, even to this day. So again, shout out to the V-Core 95 there. 4-1 up. Actually, make that 5-1, and then we would switch ends at 5-2. So still a colossal advantage. It would take some serious meltdown, either a monumental collapse or a huge comeback, or a combination of both for the American to lose this one. And I pulled that one. I went for some serious angle, but it jumps into the net. Poor return. What the heck? We talked about concentration. It's a microcosm. It's a rinse and repeat of the set in and of itself, this tiebreak. Double. And I ain't talking about the Timmy Hortons order. 2 cream, 2 sugar. No. Double fault, dude. And as it's on my tongue, you already know it's coming. He forces us to a sudden death. It didn't even register in my mind. I was not aware that this was the last point. Winner take all. Go for the big first. Longshanks laughing. He knows what's coming. It's in my blood, and I can't shake my nature. Double again. Goodness gracious, to lose ultimately this quasi tennis. If you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel. And remember that at Trashman Tennis, it's all about the tennis trash we've been. I'll see you.